Hello and welcome back to another video on R and RStudio. In this video, we're going to familiarize ourselves with a few more of the tabs that are located on the right-hand side of RStudio. Now, in our last video, we worked with data types and we developed a script that dealt with a bunch of the common data types that we're going to see. We don't really require this script anymore, so let's go ahead and X out of this script. And we're also going to open up a brand new script. Now, one button that I do want to make you aware of in both the console and the environment is the Broom. If we click the Broom button in the console, this is going to clean up all of our activity down in this panel. And similarly, if we use the Broom button within the Environment tab, this is going to clean up all of our objects inside of R. Now, we will get a warning here, a confirmation warning. I'm going to go ahead and click Yes, since we don't need these objects anymore. To begin this video, let's look at the Packages tab. Under this tab shows us all of the possible packages that are downloaded on our local directory, effectively downloaded to our computer or our laptop. We can search through these packages using the magnifying glass feature, and we can check to see if these packages require an update by clicking the Update button. I notice here that some of my packages do require an update, so I'm going to go ahead and select all of these and then install the updates. Now make sure not to do anything while R shows you the stop sign in the console panel. Once that stop sign is gone, this means that R has stopped processing the commands that you've given to it, and we can continue on with our usual work. Excellent. So now that the stop sign has disappeared from the console, we can now take a look at installing particular packages that might be helpful for us as we work through R. Let's click the Install button. Now, if we ever need to install a package, the name of that package is going to be given to us, and we can type that name in the prompt here inside of the Install Packages window. So, for example, let's type tidyverse. And notice that as you start typing, prompts will appear below, so we can click that prompt if we want to. And then let's go ahead and install tidyverse. Tidyverse is a fantastic package for us to have access to inside of R and RStudio. It effectively brings together a bunch of smaller packages, and it really helps with data wrangling and data visualization. To finish off this video, I want to take a look at the Help tab. If there's a function that you know the name of, you can search for it using the magnifying glass. The other option we have is to use a question mark inside of our script. For example, if I'm looking for information about the function that's called view, I can type $view. And if we highlight this line of code and run this line of code, we notice that what we get in the console is that no documentation for view could be found. So it's telling us that we can try $view. Now, $view is a bit more of a coarse search through all of the help pages, and it's going to return back a lot of possible pages that contain the word view rather than the function view. But let's go ahead and give it a shot anyway. So go ahead and type $view, and what we're going to do is we're going to highlight that and run. And what we're going to get is a bunch of search results, and we can scroll through our search results and we can see if something inside of the hits that we get is related to the function that we're looking for. And actually, I do know that close to the bottom down here is the command that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on, it's actually capital V view. And the help page here tells us that what this function will do is invoke a spreadsheet-style data viewer on a matrix like R object. In other words, this function allows R to view certain objects like we would using an Excel spreadsheet, for example. And up here at the very top, in the top left, it tells us what package is required to be open in order to use this function. So the utils package has to be open in order for us to use the view function. Let's go back to the Packages tab. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the magnifying glass to search for utils. Notice that utils has a check mark beside it. This means that this package has already been opened up and R has this package available for us to use. That means if we can get a matrix-like object into the environment, we should be able to use the view function. R has a couple of these built-in data or matrix-like structures. One of them is called iris. This is a data set that contains measurements about different species of iris flowers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the following line of code so that we save the iris data set as object A inside of the environment. Notice that this matrix-like object is a little bit different than what we saw in our previous videos. A is underneath the heading Data, rather than the heading Values. This typically means that we're working with a more complicated object than just a single piece of data. And what we can do next is we can type view A, and we can run this line of code, and this will allow R to build that spreadsheet-like structure in order for us to actually view the data. Now, if you're finished viewing the particular data, you can close that particular tab, and you can continue on with whatever analysis you're doing. One last thing I want to mention before we finish the video is if we come back over to the Packages tab and we hit the X button here to get rid of the utils package, let's go ahead and search for tidyverse. Notice that when we search for tidyverse, it's not checkmarked like the utils package was. This means that every time we open a brand new RStudio session, we are going to have to load this package in order to use its features. And there are two ways to do that. The easiest way is to just come over here to the box and click this box, and that's going to open up the tidyverse package for us. You'll notice that some things happen inside of the console, but this is perfectly normal when we're loading a new package. The other option we have to load a package is to use the library command. If we type library tidyverse and we run this line of code, this will also open up the tidyverse package for us. Alright, so that hopefully gives you a small insight into how we use the Packages and Help tabs when we're doing work inside of RStudio. As always, if you appreciated the video, please like and subscribe, and if you do have any questions or issues, feel free to leave them in the comment section below.